Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Anthony Fallon, Jones Center Sports. Let's go. As you can see, week 7, it's in the books. When I say in the books, I mean in the books. Because I had a 3-game parlay on my sports book. And I'm so matter of fact that the Cowboys are going to win this game. Now, everybody else I picked covered their spread by far. I mean, just cover that shit. And Dallas was a -1 playing in Washington. And I should have known that it was a setup. Should have known it was a setup. Well, one thing, we have been Jekyll and Hyde, win a game, lose a game. You know, stuff like that. But I thought we was about to turn the tide for the better. But yet, we're just even. Oh, well, we're below 500 now, so we're not even 500. If you go back and listen to my 2 previous videos leading up my pregame of Sunday's game, week 7 game, and earlier this week, I said, especially in my Sunday's video, the pregame, do not let AP go off, which he did. Do not. We had trouble against the 3-4 defense. We had trouble. And contain Alex Smith. We did okay with that part. But still, he left some plays on the table. Redskins left about 10 points on the table for real. And speaking of, well, one was to that on the beginning drive of the third quarter, when they missed the tight end sprinkle. The second one was at the end of the first half, and they threw a Hail Mary down to the end zone. Now, I would not have I would have acted like I was going to throw a Hail Mary, but I would have made space for my slot guy or whatever to just go underneath and get into field goal range and would have tried to get 3 points to break the tie 10-10. Because over the weekend I was listening to an analyst on sports radio on my XM, and he was giving us the analytics of teams who's most likely to win. And he came up with these astounding stats that this year alone, I think going back from maybe last year to this year, if you have the lead going into halftime, there's an 84% chance of you winning the game. That's crazy. Because going back to previous years, it was like 74, 75%, low 70s. You can talk about the early 2000s and stuff like that. That was like, mid to low 70s. Then it was like in the mid to low 70s in the 90s. And it seemed like it would, you can go, the further they kept going back, the lower and lower the percentage was. You know what I'm saying? And it shows you how the game has evolved with all of the protection, with all the policies or the rules to protect against the quarterback, to give them free reign to just throw the damn ball. Protecting their biggest asset. And now, where you can barely even tackle him. So therefore, you can barely tackle the quarterback. Therefore, the percentages went up to 84%. It allow that you can say that's kind of a factor. One of the variables is because of the protecting the quarterback, allows the quarterback, a good quarterback, stay on the field, not get hurt, not being touched. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if you have a potent offense that knows how to put points on the board, take the lead in the first half, whether if it's about 3 points or a touchdown, you're more than likely going to win the game. And as you can see, if you go into the half tied, it's going to come down to whoever have the ball last, whether if they're going to lose the game or win it. And that's what happened to us, because we left a lot on the table. And particularly in the second half, just when I thought we was about to make that get, I thought the winning drive to take the lead was 6 minutes and some change left, and I think it was Gallup. I think it was Gallup on the drive. I think it threw it to Gallup, like on the first play or whatnot. That and then it stopped. Then it just stopped. And then we had another opportunity when we got the ball back. We got the ball back, and it was 4 minutes left. And I know, matter of fact, that might be either one. It wasn't. I forgot. I have to go back and watch the game. But either way, that drive that we got the penalty on, where Connor Williams was holding Jonathan Allen. I swear Lyle Collins, they're gonna have to make him move over to left guard. Seriously, because he was doing a bad job his job. He gave up a sack and stuff like that on the right tackle. So let me not get off track. So we get the penalty, the holding penalty. Now we're third and 14. In our own end zone is at our back. They go to throw the ball. This is where Dak has to improve on game management, and it's up to the coach. If you feel like he's not ready yet to manage the game and just have the wherewithal, you gotta tell him that. Look, either get rid of the ball, just throw the ball out of bounds. You know, we fight for another day. Because two things is gonna happen. Well, three. I mean, in the situation, we already know what happened. But three things was gonna happen. This way. If you coach him up, because of his lack of managerial skills. Because we all know that it was a sack, fumble, touchdown. That's what actually happened in reality. Throw the ball away, punt the ball. Even though Redskins might have good field position, but the defense could have held them to 3 or got them off the field. That's a scenario. This is all hindsight scenarios. Can't get rid of the ball. Take the sack. Better field. That way you can put the Redskins and the field position favors us. Take the sack. We would have been down by 5. Now we still had to score a touchdown, but we would have been down by 5 in the way the defense was playing against the Washington's offense. I think we could have held them, because I think they finally adjusted to what the Redskins are doing, because even though AP got his man on, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, in the third quarter, fourth quarter, the defensive line stepped up and AP wasn't getting those yardage no more and stuff. So that's something that could have happened. I thought they should have kept feeding the ball trying to get the ball to Gallo, because it seemed like he was about to have a game. And I think he could have had well over 100 yards with 2 touchdowns. Or at least over 100 yards with with that one touchdown, which would have helped. And but I'm going to also go with the running game. Y'all, that 3-4 defense, we cannot stretch the field against the 3-4 defense running zone with these zone schemes in the running game. You know, allowing Zeke to pick a hole. That's what the 3-4 defense is built for. It's to cut the outside, it's to cut off the edges. It's straight up the middle. And you saw that in the third quarter. When they gave the ball, Zeke was getting 6 yards. Zeke was getting 6 yards at least on 2 of those carries. Two different drives though. It wasn't all on the same drive. But it seemed like you know, like that 6 minute period of the fourth quarter, I was saying run Zeke. This is when the run, we had them, right, man. We had them on the ropes. They should have done more screens, and along with play action, and they did put some play action in there, and they were sending blitz after blitz after blitz on Dak, and Dak, you got to hit those one-on-one. That one-on-one play and out downfield. They were blitzing the fuck out of him, man, and he was missing. He was so under fire that he was missing some of the reads, like that cornerback blitz. Tony Romo said it, and I was sitting there, right before Tony Romo said it, I was sitting there looking right at it, like, yo, they. Corner coming off the blitz. And Tony Romo said it. He said it, circled it. Said this is where I would send the blitz. And Dak did not read that. And it was pretty obvious. You gotta be on your P's and Q's, man. You gotta keep your composure at all times. I didn't like the hit that he took. Cause who knows where that game would have went. We probably would have spiraled out of control. Hey, I mean, it would have been a bloodbath from that point. Because the defense would have just caved in from exhaustion, fatigue, being out on the field too long. The Redskins with time of possession. That was another thing that was getting us, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they was running the ball with AP. So I'm not really mad. They stayed, but anyway, they found a way to at least tie the game, to go into overtime. But who knows what would have happened? We won't know now. What we do know is that we came out with a loss, and now we're 3-4, along with Philly. See, you got to stay up on this. And I said this from the beginning of the season, that nobody's talking about the Washington Redskins, and this is why. Because you know why? This might be a game. This might have been that game to catapult them to stay in the lead in the NFC East, to give them that boost of confidence that allows them to gel even more, to become more of a before the locker room has a real camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Because they starting to believe. And that's the one thing you don't want, is a team that's been down starting to believe. But as we know, who's ever at the bottom of the NFC East has rose to the top every year. I'm not the very bottom. It's like you was in third place. I think Philly was in third place. And Carson Wentz after his rookie season, I think they was in third, maybe. If they was at the bottom or whatever, they was at the bottom. But yeah, it's been in rotation. When we won the division in 2016, we was at the bottom, and the following year we went to the top. So Um, so now, I think the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, they hit the panic button again. And the reason why I say again is because during the end of last season, when they, or in the off season when they cut Dez Bryant, that was more of what the fans, the mob, wanted, and the media hype. Although it was true, he was dropping passes on certain routes. He didn't get open, and but that was only half the truth, because on dig routes, skinny posts, Dez was getting open, man. He bust that shit wide open. So now they hit the panic button by trading our first round draft pick for A.Cooper. And A.Cooper is having drop issues. He hasn't catch the ball. He hasn't, in his first 2 years, he had 1,000 yards receiving. Second 2 years, or last year and this year, I think last year he had like 680 yards. So far he got 200 and something yards. Maybe a change of scenery. He's supposed to be a number one pick, but he has been dropping passes, and he's like at the bottom. He's like at the bottom when it comes to, I guess, pass catch ratio. And part of it has to do with Oakland as well. The new change. Carr not being the Carr of his MVP run back in 2016. Stuff like that. So yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do with this. That's why they hit the panic button. So now what are you going to do with Hearns? What are you going to do with Thomas? What are you going to do with Bryce Butler? So this is supposed to be it. Now we got a quote-unquote question mark of a number one receiver with Cooper. I guess Gallow's going to be number 2 with Beasley running the slot as usual. Or they're going to use A.Cooper as a wetback. a wetback. I can't even talk. That southern wetback. But anyway, maybe so. So I guess this is it. And now since A.Cooper was drafted as a number one receiver, and now he's on our team, I guess we just gonna have to wait and see. We got the bye, and he has some familiarity with the offensive scheme because he was his OCs coached under Scott Linehan, so it should be a smooth transition, maybe with a few tweaks. And I gotta give a shout out to Chat Sports on dropping that information. He was live, and I heard it about the A.Cooper trade. They be on it too, along with a lot of you other guys out there. We putting out that good information, man, about the team and stuff. And I see a lot of us be thinking of the same way, So yeah, that is. I didn't think it was going to happen. That's why I talked about it yesterday during pregame. I know they had brought up the talks, but I didn't think Jerry Jones was going to give up a first for A.Cooper. I thought maybe should have gave up a third and a fourth, something like that. But apparently he was in desperation mode, and like Chat Sports was saying, and I believe it. This might be a subliminal message to Garrett and Linehan, like, hey, we putting all hands on deck. Put the chips up. They going all in this year to make a playoff run. So I got you a number one receiver. I think we got our number 2, and we got our consistent slot, and we got our running game. So let's see what you can do. See what you can do with this, coach. You know, and they hit the panic button. And that another reason why they hit the panic button, because they know. They know. They know this shit from day one, man. Day one, that this wasn't gonna work. But they tried to be patient about it. And I think they still should have been patient. But I don't think they should have gave up the draft pick. Number ones are too hard to come by, even though you might not have found the wide receiver. But we could have found, there might have been another safety, another Derwin James or Jalen Ramsey. You know, with Jalen Ramsey not a safety, he's playing corner, but he can play safety too. You know, maybe you find I don't think you'll ever find an Ed Reed. You'll never find him or Sean. What's the guy from Redskins that from Miami and shit? I was about to say Sean Lee, but that's our linebacker. But anyway, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We need a stud strong safety, yo. I'm serious. That's the final piece to our defense. That's the final piece. Heath, nice player, solid player. But we need a playmaker back there, man. We need a run stopper. We need a hybrid, something. But that we need a stud. Safety is the only thing that we really missing. Now, other than that, find some more backup offensive linemen that can potentially start. We need to start taking a look at Tyron Smith, because Tyron Smith it seemed like he's a shell of himself. Or they need to put Collins back over at left, put Williams at right tackle, or put Fleming at right tackle. So that's all I really have to say about week 7. It was in our hands, and we lost, and we just bobbled the ball. We just bobbled it again. That's all. You can't ask to be in a better position to be able to go on the road. Minutes left, the fourth quarter. Ball in your hands to win or lose. So we can't complain about this loss, because both teams left a lot out there on the field, man. And I just had to give it up to Washington. Good game. I had to text all my cousins and friends and stuff before they even sent me a text. I just told them, good game, man. They was kind of on. They was on the edge of their seat, just like we were. But they didn't know if they was gonna pull it out, because they thought that they was gonna lose this game. Seriously, they thought. Show ass on, man. But anyway, I'm about to wrap this up because traffic is a little heavy right here, y'all. So, this Tone Setter Sports. I'm Anthony Fallon. Peace.